Hello everybody, welcome back to another video. Today is August 20th. It is currently 5:50 p.m. on a Thursday. And today we're just going to talk about like a subject that I've kind of um, thought about over a few weeks or something, and just I feel like it's a very prevalent subject to talk about, and honestly it's just been on my mind, and this is a platform where I really like to just speak to you guys and kind of just speak out my mind and open for uh, like just communication and different opinions and thought processes amongst other people. So, topic of today will be problems with Islam. Okay, just a little bit about myself so you get a better understanding of what where my opinion's coming from. I'm a 24-year-old Canadian-born, um, raised in like um, a Catholic like family household. My values are pretty much not so much like very like heavily Christian Catholic, but I do believe in like that there is a God and that Jesus did a lot of very important teachings that I feel like we should take a very careful that we should take very careful time kind of like diving into when it comes to knowing about the why we're here kind of thing. What's the meaning of life? So so let's just kind of get this is by the way, all these notes I've collected myself, okay? I won't be giving any like kind of like sources of like where I've got this info and stuff. This is my own perspective and opinion. So please do the research yourself. And if you do not agree with some of the statements that I make, then please I don't know, leave a comment down below or do the judgment within yourself to make that the right claim. But this is currently just how I feel about it. So first of all, problems with Islam. I'm just gonna list off a few things that I've noticed and why it doesn't really mix well or correspond with Western Rand countries. Western Rand countries are predominantly Catholic or Christian or Jesus following. Like we're talking like where it began. Like we're talking Italy, Europe, Germany, Russia, and then over more into the West, we're talking like Mexico, U.S., Canada. We also have like southern countries that believe in it as well, like Brazil, Peru, like all the Americas and stuff. So, first one I'll list off here is um, a woman's life is worth 50% of a man's. So, in Islam or in the Quran or whatever kind of like book they belief off of or like they read into and stuff is that a woman's life is worth 50% of a man's. So I don't believe that at all. I think we are all like one and we are 100% and made perfectly in the image of God. I don't believe anybody's life is worth less than anybody else's. And yeah, I don't think I feel like in order to create life you need a man and a woman and stuff, and it's not who is better necessarily at all. I don't agree with that. Women in Islamic countries, women can't vote. They can't vote. They do not have the right to vote. They have no say in what happens with their government or what happens with their country. Um, um, Women can't own bank accounts. They have no sense of owning yeah, like a bank account that can they where they have access to their own money. And if they do have one, I'm pretty sure it's conjoined with a male partner or some sort of male leader in that format. Women can't own cars. They don't own vehicles. It's kind of like the same story with voting and bank accounts. It kind of needs to be owned or conjoined or something to do with a male partner where they need to have a say in whether they can have that or not. Women can't own a driver's license. Same thing with the car. They can't own a driver's license. Um, Women can't go to any public location without a man's approval. This is 100% true. Women over in that in those countries, they can't go out to like restaurants or like hair salons, or they can't go to grocery stores, or let's say like the churches that they go to, temple, I think they're called mosques or something like that. Sorry for if I'm butchering that, but yeah, they can't go to public locations unless they have a man's approval or like their spouse's approval. So yeah, moving on. Women can't leave the country without a man present at all. So like if you were in their shoes, and so to say you had like three kids, like it was like mom and three kids and stuff, you actually couldn't leave the country unless your husband said you could, or they had pre-approved government, like they had government approval that said mom was leaving with said kids, probably seeking for a better life, but they would not be able to do that physically unless they had that man's approval. Okay, and then women are required to. This will be viewer discretion is advised. Women are required to be covered head to toe in order to conceal their skin. If they refuse to do so, this is just my, again, opinion, okay? Men feel it's appropriate to rape and sexually abuse them as punishment because men can't control their sexual desires. Um, I mean, dig into it as much as you can there. I've kind of just boggled my brain on what I could think of why they would have, why women, just from an outsider perspective, why women in that type of setting, like like we've seen like adult and elderly women and also like younger ass kids like cover their bodies from head to toe. I'm sure if you go into any fast food place, if there was somebody that's under that Muslim Islam like not category, but like they fit into that curriculum or whatever, but they have their body covered. Like they can only show their hands and their feet and like their face, and they have to cover the rest of their body. Like none of it can be shown and stuff. And I Islamic men have been known to be very dominant and very abusive to their spouses, and very um there's a couple other points later on that I'll talk about, but like they've been known for not really respecting women. Clearly, by the first previous points, is that women are less than. They're at the man's dominance, at a man's desire, and and they are required to cover their skin. And if they don't, what is the punishment? Like, I mean, like, I feel like we've all known that is that they've been subject to sexually abuse and rapes in their families and in their partnerships, because that's just like how it is over there. That's how it's ran. So yeah. Men can have intercourse and have multiple wives. This is true. Men like uh, what's some public figures I can think of? Let's just say like Saddam Hussein, or like just other great. We're not. I'm not gonna say great. Other leaders in that like Islamic Islamic ran countries and stuff. They have a notorious history of just having multiple wives and sleeping with multiple wives, and notoriously just like raping them and sexually abusing them just at will, basically whenever they want, because they can, because women's lives are worth 50% of man's. And then the next one will be some countries approve pre-planned marriages, meaning families approve two people to be partners later when applicable without consent. So, does it matter, like when you're over there, when you are the of age of getting married and stuff, you already have like a wife set up for you. No matter whether you think they're pretty, or whether you think their personality is great, or you think they are great doing this way or this much money or anything like that. Basically, when you are applicable to get married, you have a partner set up for you, without your say or consent. And yeah, and I don't know like who decides that, whether it's like whether it's families or friends or like the government decides like what two people should go together or something like that. And I've roughly heard like a lot of them are like they could be cousins, like they're cousins. I won't spread any names, but I just like know of people that are ran by the Islamic like regime and stuff, and like yeah, they get married to their cousins, which is a no-no 100% when it comes to Christian values or Catholic values or anybody that like follows Jesus. Next one is you are allowed to marry and have intercourse with somebody as young as 9 years old. Brackets once gone through puberty, capable of producing eggs. So basically, it doesn't matter what age you are. As soon as you have gone through puberty and you're basically have your period or you're are capable of producing eggs and stuff, you're all green lights to have sex with. Yeah. Well, moving on. Next one. Absolutely no homosexuality, or else you will be killed on site, aka thrown off a roof. So I like that's kind of just like yeah, if you are caught or seen in the public or just known of that you are a homosexual and you're attracted to the same sex, they will just like just behead you or hang you or just throw you off a roof. That's another one, really harsh one, but yeah, definitely don't believe in that. You are allowed to kill anybody that rejects or disbelieves Muhammad or Allah. It says this in the Quran that if anybody disbelieves that Muhammad was a real person or Allah or rejects him as a prophet or a leader or somebody that knows the way of the world and stuff, you are subject to be killed by those people that believe in that. So yeah, um, yay to killing, like woohoo. Um, it's designed to take over and conquer other religions. This one is very like yay or nay. I don't really have much. This is my own opinion, so I don't have much to back this up or anything. But to my understanding, just based on what's happening in Europe, happening in Germany, happening with France, happening in Spain, just recently, what's happening in Morocco to Spain. Um, yeah, just what's happening with predominantly like immigrant like heavily like open borders like let the immigrants in countries. We've been like if you search up online, I think it's called it's a place in the States in Minnesota. I think it's like Red Deer, not Red Deer. It's like something in Minnesota or something. It's a name. It's a city or like some sort of town where it's just completely been Islamified, which is like yay for like spreading your religion and stuff. But think about like the people that grew up there and what maybe the law will look like in the next 5 or 10 years, or what that place will look like. When with like large amounts of people and with a force of religion, especially when you vote in um people that support that religion, like Zohan Mamdani, the governor of New York. Like he's nothing against like him being Muslim or being a Muslim guy or a brown guy or anything. Like I'm not racist like that or anything, but just the fact that the if they just keep getting voted in and stuff, what do you think that it says in like whatever he's running for, he like said to tax like white neighborhoods. What's more racist than that? The fuck? Imagine if a white guy ran for like ran for office and just said, "I'm gonna tax black neighborhoods." What the fuck? You know? That's like crazy. Um, next one. And then this one, yeah, this one I'll just kind of read out. No need to like have it on screen. Um, but um, The reason families migrate to free countries like Canada and the United States is because they want a chance at a better life. The reason the country is as free as it is because it was built on Christian values. The reason they don't have the same way of living is because their country is ran on an Islamic majority ran basis. So this is what I believe um is that the reason why all these immigrants flee from their Islamic countries is because they want to have a way of better life. They want to be able to own things. They want to be able to have food. They want to be able to have water. They want to be able to have their own housing. They don't want to live in a impoverished poor market. They want to be free. Okay. Um, and so then they come to um places that have their open borders, or they have that like way of living there. Like they have like approval if you're willing to be a citizen and stuff like that, like Canada, United States. I don't know about Mexico, but definitely Canada and the United States. And the reason why they come here is because they want the free benefits that comes being with living in the US and Canada and like places like the UK and like Europe and stuff. And the reason why they're like that is because they were built on Christian values. They were built on Catholic values. And with a lot of people believing in Jesus and a lot of Jesus in the household, um, that's the way life it has been and always been in Canada and the United States and like Western Europe, and it's always been that way where we're free, where the people that believe in that and live in this country are able to express themselves and be who they are and wear what they want, own the cars they want, own driver's license, own a house, own anything they could absolutely put their mind to, start a business, anything. And so and for them to come here and yes, get just like willingly just come in here. And by the way, there's a lot of like corrupt and fraud happening where they come here on like student visas or like workers visas and stuff, and then that shit expires and then they just like fucking stay because they just know people and they have families and stuff. And yeah, that's just like the corrupt part about it. And yeah, so yeah, the reason why they come here is because they want a country that is built on Catholic and Christian values. And the problem is when they come in here and they have their families and stuff, they just like wave their flag and say how great Iran or Iraq is, or like Afghanistan or Palestine or Israel, or just like how great are the countries that they come from, but yet they're in a different country. And it's kind of just like disrespectful, and it just doesn't make sense to me. Like what if I were to, if me as a Canadian citizen go like I don't know about Mexico, but like if I were to just go into their countries, like if I were to go into Iraq or Iran or just any Islamic, not just trying to press on any of those countries, just showing them as examples, okay? If I were to just go there and just wave the Canadian flag and say how great Canada is, I would just get shot in the streets. And I feel like it's just super disrespectful to just kind of like wave your flag around. And yeah, freedom of speech, 100%. Like I completely agree on freedom of speech. Like show that flag and stuff and say what you want to say and stuff. But there's a good way about doing it and a bad way about doing it. And I feel like the good way about doing it is just yes, preach that and stuff, but do it in a respectful manner and read the room and be mindful of the people that are around you. And there's no need to press your religion. That isn't that like the biggest conversation about now is like being like scrutinizing and like pressing your religion on people that don't ask for it. That's like a heavy subject about like how Christianity is portrayed in public settings, is that they're just like that's a big no-no, is pressing your religion on other people. And isn't that like kind of like what they're doing with waving their flag or preaching Islam, you know, especially with the big mosque call to prayers that it happened in the capital city of Saskatchewan, which is like 2 hours away from where I live, where they started like over the megaphone doing call to prayer. Isn't that just like preaching your religion over across just innocent people? Like what the fuck? What the fuck is that? But yeah, that's just a couple statements I had to talk about problems with Islam and stuff. I have no hate towards Islam, but this is necessarily uh a lot of the things that they value and that I don't necessarily agree with. And do I agree that um it goes well with Western ran countries or Christian ran countries? Absolutely not. I don't think the Islamic religion meshes well with that. And nothing against their people at all. They're very, very kind people from the people that I've met. You can come here all you want and stuff, but when you come to a foreign nation, you must respect their laws and respect what they give you and have offered you. So yeah, 100%. So thank you for coming in and just hearing about what I had to say. Everything is my opinion. It's very loose. It's not like this is what it is and you should hate me for it. This is just how I feel, and everything is subject to conversation and other people's opinions. So thank you again, and more videos in the future. Thank you, and catch y'all later.